Do we have new members? Thank you so much. So I guess today thank you so much. Good luck. So I'm here today with a topic. I call it Spice Up Your Life and Protect the Planet.
Okay.
Do we agree with this? Okay. So I want to talk about the food waste and how we can manage food waste, which we don't call it waste anymore. So in fact, it could be a product, and that comes. Have you ever heard about the circular economy, the term?
Yeah, I've heard circular economy where it's not just like deposited, you try and reuse it, recycle as much as you can.
Beautiful. So from something that is called, for example, waste, bring it back to the, a product which can potentially even have a benefit. That's kind of the circular economy. So with this, I would like you to have a reflection on these images. I'm sure that you have seen a lot of these images and you get inspired what we are doing with our planet, how we can fix this. But I think we really need to act behind what we just think that is important. Even this is from Peru. One of my PhD students took it himself. So even they don't have enough operation or enough of a facility to manage the food waste, and community and public, they can access to the to the rubbish. And so from this, let's look at the data. So this is in 2016 globally, we produced 2.01 billion tons per year. The same year in Australia, 13.8 million tons. And it's a good estimation, globally in 2050, the amount of the waste is going to increase to 3.40 billion tons per year. So from the chart, what is the main part of this waste?
Yeah, the food, right?
The food waste. So I guess you can see the second part, it's the paper and cardboard, plastic. These three are the main part of the waste. All right, so of course, anyone living in Australia, we're all familiar with the different beans. And have you seen this photo? So do you have this food waste?
Yeah,
and are you using it?
Yeah, we do use it.
Okay.
But this one is recycled weekly, and this one's only recycled fortnightly. It's very
Okay, yeah, so now they're collecting the landfilling one every 2 weeks, because the majority of our waste actually is the food waste, and it's the gardening, and this is the recycling, which I'll come to that. Okay, that's another data. So the organic waste. Once I'm talking about the organic waste, it means the food waste. It could be paper or cardboard, that kind of material. So only 1% is going to be converted in to energy. And that's about Australia. Some countries are ahead of us, okay? But we need to change this. Only 11% is going to be converted to composting. And can you read this number? 87% is going to landscaping. Why? And we know that the impact of the food and the organic waste to go to the landfill, because they are going through the procedure which only produce the methane to the environment, and it's directly involved in the climate change. Okay, so what we are going to suggest here, of course, I'm visiting the schools to teach the kids to communicate with their parents, their grandmas, the grandfather, talk on the dinner table. What do we need to do? Because I think the community, the people's knowledge is a very powerful source. If there is a global challenge, we need everyone's action. It's not just about universities, institutes, or someone who has the knowledge. So everyone needs to get involved. So we introduced the green organic, again, food waste, garden waste, cardboard or paper. So we practice this with our kids in the school. We collect, we distribute all of these waste, and we ask kids to allocate the waste in the right bin. So this is a hands-on activity that I'm doing with the kids. And then I go through the science behind the compost. So I'm coming from the microbial biotechnology. So we have a good knowledge of what bacteria is going to get involved during the composting. And of course, there is like you and me, we know that what is our favorite food. So I know that what is the favorite food for the bacteria that is involved. And if we are talking about 9 days, a time frame for the active composting, we need to know what is the optimal temperature, pH, everything. So, but the community doesn't need to know about all of this. So we are designing a prototype, a composter, which is now in a process. The microbial study has been done, but now we want to, with the AI, artificial intelligence, we want to automate the composter. So if the household purchases this prototype from us, they just simply, because it's automated, they just simply control the condition, and then as a result, the group of bacteria are going to be involved, and with the oxygen, so this organic matter is going to be converted with the good quality of the composter. Again, we test some of the commercial composter. Unfortunately, they do not produce a good composter. They just produce something which is not nutritious. So we don't want to just convert organic waste to something that is not nutritious. So, and I'm sure with the population, we need to make sure that there are enough food for everyone around the world. So we think about the productivity, we think about how we can provide nutrition to the soil, and that can also help, increasing the production. So the recyclable item is coming with the plastic, glass, metal. Again, the cardboard can be used here, paper, wood with the yellow bean. The problem is Australia is a bit behind of the, this technology, because we do not have a good separation. People, they don't know what is the different plastic are going to be separated. So there are a lot of, labor required at the end to separate the items. But with a good classification, with the knowledge of what these codes that it's written at the end of bottom of this product, we should be able to separate them, because they're made of different polymers. And different polymers, they are going through different recycle. So if we do this in Australia one day, if we are doing properly, then we are going to come up with some product from the recyclable materials. So I think that's very important. Instead of discarding our plastic in the landfill, which remain for years and years, we can convert it to the material that we can use it again and again. Think about the sustainable impact that we can make. And of course, with the rest of the waste, that comes to the general waste. So I know that some people, they get confused. Plastic bags, milk and juice containers, they are the general waste. So they are going to the landfill, and of course with the landfill, they are going to be covered. They are going to be covered with the truck. So they are going through the different procedure. Different bacteria are going to get involved, and then as a result, there are some CO2 and methane is going to produce to the air, which is not good for the environment. That's why we want to send